Hey everybody, Barry Mankin here with Four Corners Home Inspections. We're looking at a couple of areas here in the attic space from a door hatch. We actually have an HVAC system that we're going to look at. You can see the blue flame from here, which the flame is great. What we want to see generally is that that's more of a sealed compartment, especially in a situation like this. However, it is an older system. It's at the end of its useful life. It's 20 years old. Still operating well, so what we're going to suggest is that a certified HVAC contractor take a look at it just from an age standpoint, because we want to make sure that the customer knows that they're going to have to at least budget for replacement very soon. So the other thing we're going to note is this door. That's a hollow wood door right next to this open flame. So number one, just from a fire standpoint, we're going to recommend that that door be upgraded to a steel exterior rated door, even for efficiency. You know, the other thing that we have here, if we can look, I don't know if you can see, this vent here is not a, well, we got a light, that's great. Awesome. That vent there is not a proper B vent. And you can see where they used this tape here to tape together that single wall with this double wall. We're right here at the top of the sheathing. So, you know, what we would like to see is that to be, you know, it's a little bit nitpicky, it seems like, but we would like to see that as a B vent all the way through. They have proper clearances from the sheeting, which is good, but we have this area here that's exposed. Again, those gases have the potential to backdraft in this area. It's in a lived-in space. We have this door here that's not rated properly. It is sealed on the edges, but again, it can still permeate through that door. And then we have the rest of this area up here that those gases could enter. The heat still escapes in that way, and this is a pretty confined space. You know, we do have the ventilation coming up, but even with all of that, it's still an area that we want to make sure that it's, because it's so contained, the potentials are a little bit higher for combustion. So we want to make sure that that's safe. Last thing, if you look here, there's no pan. So what can happen when we're in the other mode, when we're doing HVAC, you can see this condensation line that's over here. The pan doesn't go through around the whole system. You know, we want to make sure that that's all encompassed with a drain pan, and that way if the condensation leaks, it's safe. You can see a little bit of moisture right here that has had an issue, and most of that is here with this vent from condensation from that separate issue. But we want to see a drain pan because we're on the second floor. It's finished space below, so you always want to have a drain pan under your unit that covers everything just to be safe. And then a secondary drain line, and this is a bit of an argument within the community. A secondary drain line on the pan is always suggested. That's what we suggest. Even if there's an alarm on it, if we're over a finished space, Four Corners is always going to suggest a secondary drain line as an improvement. So if there's not a alarm on there that shuts that system off, or what they call a shut-off switch, then we'll definitely want that secondary drain line. But you know, both is always better. So anyway, that should be it for us here in Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you so much for watching, and get a good home inspection.